She thought I'd never find out what she did on her bachelorette trip. She was wrong. I vanished without a word, no fight, no drama. But what came next? It destroyed her, and every single person who helped her lie. This isn't just about cheating. This is about betrayal, silence, and the sweetest revenge I never had to lift a finger for. My name is Eli Carter, and 5 weeks ago, I thought I had everything. A job I didn't hate, a house I loved, and a fiancé I thought I'd grow old with, Kendall Morgan. She was bright, confident, could win over a room in seconds. The kind of woman who made you feel lucky to just stand beside her. We were 2 months away from getting married. Her Pinterest board had become our Bible. The venue was locked. Her dress was fitted. My tux was pressed. We were supposed to be set, but that was before her bachelorette weekend. Before the video. Before I disappeared without saying a word. It started innocently enough. Or so I thought. Kendall and her bridesmaids flew out to Miami for a 4-day girls-only getaway. Her best friend and maid of honor, Sabrina, posted constant updates. Champagne on the flight, rooftop dinners, spa treatments. I didn't think twice. Kendall and I trusted each other. At least, I trusted her. She FaceTimed me from the beach, showed me the view from their hotel suite, blew me a kiss and said, "I can't believe the next time I see you, we'll be husband and wife." I smiled like an idiot, said I couldn't wait. She said, "Don't get into any trouble without me." I told her, "Only if you don't first." We laughed, hung up, and then my phone buzzed again. A new message. No name, just a number I didn't recognize. The text said, "Check this before you marry that girl." My stomach dropped. Attached was a 14-second video file, blurry at first, but I saw familiar faces. Kendall, Sabrina, 2 other girls I'd met once. The music was loud, lights flashing. They were in some sort of VIP lounge, maybe a private club. And then I saw it. Kendall straddling a man who was definitely not me. Hands everywhere. Lips. Her dress hiked up as another guy came into frame behind her. I froze. In the background, someone shouted, "3 for the bride-to-be." And Kendall giggled, then said, "What happens in Miami stays in Miami." The clip ended. I just sat there, phone in hand, heart split down the middle. I must have rewatched it 20 times. Not because I didn't believe it, but because I did. I kept looking for some sign, some possible way this was fake, edited, a joke, but it wasn't. I didn't sleep that night. I just stared at the ceiling, playing back every moment she'd ever told me she loved me. Every time she called me her safe place. Every time she looked me in the eyes and said she couldn't wait to spend forever with me. Now I knew what she meant. Just not the same version I'd imagined. When she flew home 2 days later, I didn't confront her. I didn't say a word. I acted like nothing had changed, like I hadn't seen her moaning into another man's neck. She hugged me like she missed me, told me she couldn't wait to show me her tan lines. I smiled, dead behind the eyes. In my mind, something clicked. A switch flipped. See, I'm not the screaming type. Not the one to blow up, throw things, storm out. That would have been too easy for her. Too expected. Instead, I planned. And I waited. The wedding was 41 days away. Every day after that video, I played the long game. Pretended to be the same sweet fiance. We went to cake tastings, took engagement photos, met with the DJ. I even helped her write her vows. But every night when she fell asleep beside me, I stared at the ceiling again and rewrote my future. I started transferring money out of our joint account. Quietly sold the vintage watch collection she bought me last Christmas. Shut down utilities I had in my name, one by one. I told her my boss needed me to fly to Chicago for a last-minute 3-day project. She pouted, said she'd miss me. I kissed her goodbye and said, "I'll be back before you know it." But I never got on the flight. Instead, I drove, disappeared, disconnected my number, blocked her, Sabrina, the bridal party, everyone. I ghosted the entire wedding. Because you see, what Kendall didn't know is, I never hit RSVP on that venue deposit. The rental tax was still unpaid. The photographer was never officially booked. The marriage license, still unsigned. All the things she thought were secured. They weren't. But the guests, the flowers, her dress, all paid for by her side of the family. Her father cut a $9,000 check for the venue. Her mother ordered the monogrammed champagne flutes. I let them. And then I let them find out on the wedding day that the groom wasn't coming. Not just missing. Gone. The next morning, I woke up in a different Airbnb across town. I hadn't slept much. Not really. I just laid there, processing. My phone had exploded overnight. 96 missed messages from Layla, 13 from her best friend Jordan, and even one from her mom. Call me, please. This isn't what it looks like. The thing is, it was exactly what it looked like. I didn't block Layla. I just didn't answer. I didn't scream. I didn't rage. I simply went quiet. And when the silence stretched long enough, it started doing the talking for me. By noon, Layla had sent me 3 voice notes in a row, hysterical ones. Baby, please. I made a mistake, a huge mistake. I don't know what came over me, but I was drunk, really drunk. I didn't even know their names. They were just guys the girls brought in to make it fun. None of it meant anything. Please don't leave me. I love you. I need you. I didn't open them. Instead, I opened the group chat, our shared one, the one titled Wedding Squad, her bridesmaids, my groomsmen, her maid of honor Jordan, my best friend Nate, and I dropped a bomb. Ryan. Hey everyone. I've decided to cancel the wedding. Some things happened at the Bachelorette party that crossed a line I can't overlook. I won't go into detail, but I appreciate your support. Then I muted the chat. The fallout was instant. Jordan messaged me privately first. In BTF Ryan, you're just gonna throw her away over one night? She was blackout drunk and she regrets it. Don't be heartless. Then came Erin, another bridesmaid, who had clearly seen everything go down. You're doing the right thing. I told her this would blow up in her face. I have screenshots if you need them. I didn't even ask, but she sent them. Photos, videos, blurry clips of Layla grinding on someone in a suite. Another clip of her doing a body shot off a stranger's chest. Then, one where you could clearly hear her slurring. I don't care. I'm getting married, not dead. And the worst, the moment when someone joked, 3 guys, huh? Hope your fans doesn't find out. And she laughed. She laughed. I watched that 5 times. It didn't hurt more each time. It hurt less. Because I felt nothing. Just cold, empty clarity. That evening, I went back to the house we shared. Layla was there, on the floor of the living room, still in the clothes from the night before. Mascara streaked, eyes red. Ryan, she choked, lunging at me. Please, please. I was stupid. I didn't mean for it to go that far. I stepped back. I came for my things. She froze, then collapsed onto the couch sobbing. I love you. You're the only man I've ever loved. Then why did you treat me like someone disposable? I asked calmly. Why did you risk everything for a party? She had no answer. Just more tears. When I walked into the bedroom, she followed, begging, clinging. I peeled her off me like someone scraping mud from their shoes. She tried one last card. Ryan, we could go to therapy. People get through worse. I didn't fall in love with them. I love you. I made a mistake. I looked at her then. 3 strangers, Layla. That's not a mistake. That's a choice you made again and again in one night. Then I left. Over the next few days, the narrative started to shift in our social circle. Jordan was trying to defend her. He's being dramatic, she said in one post. She was drunk. It was harmless. Others weren't buying it. Turns out, not everyone at the party was impressed. One of Layla's own cousins, Cassie, commented under the post. So we're just excusing cheating now? Yikes. Screenshots of the videos started circulating privately. The story spread like wildfire. And then, her job found out. Layla worked in event marketing for a wellness brand that pushed family values and clean image lifestyle content. Apparently, someone leaked the party clips to her boss anonymously. Not me. But someone. She was put on temporary leave pending an internal investigation. The image she'd curated so carefully was cracking, and she still didn't understand why I wasn't yelling. Then she did something bold. She came to my mom's house. It was a Saturday. I'd been staying there while sorting out my next move. My mom opened the door and just stared at her. Layla looked terrible, hollow, exhausted. "Please," she begged. "I just need to talk to him." My mother folded her arms. "You hurt my son. You humiliated him. Whatever you thought marriage was going to be, this isn't it. Mrs. Carter, I'm sorry. I know I messed up, but I love him so much." "Love?" My mom repeated, voice like ice. "Then why did you destroy him for fun?" I stepped out behind her and shook my head. "There's nothing left to say, Layla." And I closed the door. That night, I got a text from Jordan. "You really think you're a hero in this? You embarrassed her in front of everyone. You're vindictive as hell. Enjoy your moral high ground. Hope it keeps you warm at night." I stared at it for a while, then typed, "Your loyalty is impressive. Maybe if you'd shown that before the party, she wouldn't have thrown her life away." No response. A week passed, and that's when I saw it. Layla had posted a photo. Just her, standing on a beach, no caption. Just a broken heart emoji. The comments were split. Some were supportive. "Stay strong, queen." Others weren't. Actions have consequences. But I just scrolled past. I wasn't angry anymore. I was something colder. Free. And that terrified her more than anything. Because for the first time in her life, her tears meant nothing. By the time they stumbled into the hotel room at 3:17 a.m., drunk and giggling, I was already driving south on I-5 with the windows down and my phone off. I had left the bachelor suite spotless. Key card on the nightstand. All my things packed into the duffel that now sat in the back seat of my car. They thought I was asleep upstairs. Mia had sent one last voice message to the group. "Okay, don't tell Ethan. Like, seriously, that was wild. But he'll never know. Unless Tasha talks. Again. Like Vegas." She snorted. Oops. That one broke me. Not just because she said it, but how casually. Like love meant nothing. Like trust was a toy. I didn't rage. I didn't cry. I just drove. I stopped for gas around 4:30 a.m., somewhere between Bakersfield and nowhere. I bought a Red Bull and stared at my reflection in the gas station window. I looked wrong, like a version of me I didn't recognize. Hollow. I didn't tell anyone, not my parents, not hers, not my best man, Jake. I canceled the honeymoon flight silently, canceled the joint credit card, disconnected her from the health insurance. I moved my money, froze the wedding fund account. The venue? I called the coordinator and told her to release the date. "What about refunds?" she asked, confused. "Keep the deposit. You've earned it." Mia woke up around noon. By then, I was in San Diego. A friend's beach cabin, off-grid, no Instagram, no Snap, no tracking. Her first message came through the next morning when I briefly turned on Wi-Fi. "Mia, babe, where are you? I thought you were coming back to the suite after the rehearsal." "Mia, everyone's asking. Your mom is freaking out." "Mia, can you please just call me?" Then came the panic. "Mia, Ethan, are you okay? Did something happen? Is it cold feet? Please, don't do this. Not like this." I waited a week. One full week. When I finally responded, it was a text. "You slept with 3 strangers on a bed. Don't pretend you're confused. Don't contact me again." She called 27 times in 1 hour. Left voicemails sobbing, apologizing, promising therapy, saying it was a mistake, that she was drunk, that it was meaningless. Then her tone changed. "You can't just leave. We have a life, Ethan, a wedding. You're being cruel. How could you do this to me?" Her friends turned. Rachel posted a story. "Some men can't handle a strong woman. Dodged a bullet, sis." Tasha commented with 3 fire emojis and a wine glass. But someone leaked the Bachelorette video. I don't know who. Maybe someone from the club. Maybe a friend with a guilty conscience. All I know is that 2 weeks after I disappeared, it was everywhere: Reddit, TikTok, a private Facebook wedding fails group. A clip of Mia, blindfolded, laughing with three guys pulling her toward a hotel door. The caption: "When the bride-to-be decides, what he doesn't know won't hurt him." The internet didn't hold back. Hope the groom vanished. She belongs to the streets. Imagine planning a wedding and finding this out. I didn't post a word. 2 of her bridesmaids unfollowed her. Rachel locked her account. Tasha deleted hers completely. Turns out, her fans from years ago, she cheated on him too. Twice. People dug up old posts, patterns, receipts. By the end of the month, Mia had gone dark. She emailed me once. "Ethan, I'm not asking for forgiveness. I wish you'd said goodbye." To my face. I almost responded, but she already had her goodbye. That moment at 3:17 a.m. when she laughed and stumbled into the room reeking of someone else, that was her goodbye. When I finally spoke to my parents, my mother cried. My father was quiet. "You don't have to explain," he said. "You did the right thing." But word got around. Fast. A friend from college texted me. "Yo, Mia? Bachelorette night? Just saw it on a private Discord." Man, I'm so sorry. Jake, my best man, offered to drive cross-country just to find her and confront her himself. I told him not to. This wasn't about revenge. It was about disappearance. About not giving her the satisfaction of knowing how much she broke me. But then something happened I didn't expect. Mia's dad called me. "I don't blame you," he said quietly. "You were always too good for her." I didn't know what to say. She's different now. This whole thing, she's not talking to anyone. Rarely leaves her room. Silence. "You didn't deserve that," he added. I hung up the phone and stared at the wall for a long time. I didn't feel satisfaction. I felt nothing. I watched the day of the wedding come and go from the quiet, fog-covered lake house I had driven to hours after I left the apartment that night. No one knew I was here. No one knew where I was at all. And I liked it that way. The silence, the distance, it gave me clarity. I spent 2 days just sitting on the dock, replaying everything. Her laugh when I asked about her trip. Her indifference. The way she thought I was weak because I wasn't fun like her friends. She didn't even think I deserved the truth. That was the part that stuck. Then came the calls. First her, then her mom, her brother, her maid of honor. Voicemails, texts, all variations of, "Ryan, where are you? You're scaring Mia. You're overreacting. Let's talk. This wedding cost $48,000. Please don't do this to her." Like I was the villain in her story. Her mother left a voicemail that chilled me to my core. She made a mistake. Don't ruin her life over a stupid weekend. It didn't mean anything. Didn't mean anything. I turned off the phone. I let the wedding day pass. And I imagined her standing there, in her dress, surrounded by people whispering behind her back, wondering why the groom never showed. I imagined her father pacing behind the barn where the ceremony was set, barking into a phone. Her bridesmaids trying to calm her down. Her makeup running down her face as the photographer awkwardly packed up. That was my gift to her. The same embarrassment and betrayal she gave to me. But I wasn't done. Not yet. I came back into the city 2 days later. I didn't go home. I didn't tell anyone I was back. I just went to my lawyer. Yes, I had a lawyer. Months before the wedding, I quietly set up a financial shield. Mia and I had discussed combining our finances after the honeymoon, but something had always made me uneasy about it. My gut had whispered, "Protect yourself." So I did. Thank God. Because Mia had drained $8,400 from our joint credit card for the Bachelorette weekend. 3 hotel suites, a private boat, a VIP club crawl, matching satin robes, a champagne wall, even party favors that included some seriously questionable stuff. She used my money to cheat on me. And when I left, she tried to report me as emotionally abusive to the venue staff. Claimed I abandoned her and might be unstable. The venue manager, who had known me through every step of the wedding planning, called me personally and said, Don't worry, Ryan. We know the truth. Her friends were a disaster all weekend. Everyone could tell something was off. Mia thought she could control the narrative. She was wrong. I finally turned my phone back on a week later. Hundreds of messages. Her voice grew more desperate the later the voicemails got. Please call me back. Just yell at me. Just something. You said you loved me. How could you just leave without saying anything? You're ruining me. My dad won't even speak to me. What are you telling people? I hadn't said a word to anyone. But the truth has a way of leaking out when people feel betrayed. And someone from her circle, maybe even one of the bridesmaids who wasn't part of the VIP Sin Club, started talking. Rumors swirl fast. Her coworkers found out. Her cousin pulled out of their shared startup investment. Even the maid of honor posted a cryptic story about some of y'all not deserving good men. And just like that, Mia started drowning. One afternoon, 2 weeks after the wedding that wasn't, I got a knock at the lake house door. I opened it to find Mia standing there, mascara streaked, hair tangled, wearing a hoodie that wasn't hers. She looked small, like she had shrunk under the weight of what she'd done. I thought you were dead, she whispered. I thought maybe you'd. You know, I stared at her. Why would I do that? She swallowed. Because I broke you. No, I said. You didn't break me. You just made me see you clearly. Tears fell. She reached out for me. I didn't want to lose you. I stepped back. You didn't lose me. You threw me away. Silence. I didn't scream. I didn't curse her. I didn't let her in. And when she realized I meant it, she whispered, "So this is it?" I nodded once and closed the door. That night, I wrote a final message to the wedding guests who had asked me what happened. I kept it short. I found out some things Mia did on her Bachelorette trip that made it impossible for me to go through with the wedding. I wish her well, but I'm choosing peace. That was all. No dragging, no drama, no names. But by then, the damage had already gone viral. Because what Mia forgot was that one of the strangers she hooked up with had taken photos. And one of those photos ended up in the wrong group chat. Her college friend sent it to another friend with the caption, "Alameo, Mia's about to get married, and look what she did in Vegas." From there, it spread like wildfire. By the time the next week rolled around, her job had asked for a meeting. She was temporarily suspended pending an internal review. She had become the story. And I hadn't even raised my voice. The lawyer's office was colder than I remembered. Not temperature-wise, just sterile, silent, no art on the walls, no warmth in the receptionist's voice when she said, "You can go in now, Mr. Bennett." Rachel was already seated. Of course she was. She wore black, dramatic but oddly fitting. Her makeup was perfect. A mask. I could still smell the same citrusy perfume she always wore, like it was trying to erase the scent of betrayal. "I didn't think you'd show up," she muttered as I sat across from her. "I wouldn't miss it," I replied, voice flat. She blinked. "For what more humiliation?" "No foreclosure." The lawyer, a stern man named Caldwell, cleared his throat. "Shall we begin?" Rachel leaned forward. "Just to be clear," he left, "on our wedding day." No warning. No explanation. I stayed quiet. Caldwell began reading from a document. As per the prenuptial agreement signed on March 12, 2023, Mr. Bennett retains all premarital assets, as well as any business earnings from his company, Bennett and Cross. Rachel frowned. "We were supposed to share that. We were partners." "No," I said, cutting in for the first time. "You were listed as a consultant. You never signed ownership paperwork. My lawyer made sure of it." Her eyes widened. "You're joking." I wasn't. I had planned to give her half the company after the wedding, but she'd burned the future before it even began. Caldwell continued. "Furthermore, the home purchased in Ryan's name prior to engagement remains solely his. No spousal claim can be made given the wedding did not occur." Rachel's mouth opened, closed, opened again. "So I get nothing?" "You got a party," I said, standing up. 3 strangers. Champagne. And all the attention you ever wanted. The room fell silent. I left her sitting there, stunned. Caldwell didn't even flinch. I didn't need revenge. I just needed the truth to exist where it could be seen unedited. A week later, the fallout hit hard. Emily, the bridesmaid who sent me the messages, cut off all contact with Rachel and Tasha. Apparently, once the truth came out, she wanted nothing to do with the toxic mess they created. She even posted a cryptic story. Some people destroy everything and still wonder why they're alone. It didn't take long for the video to surface. Yeah, one of the groomsmen had taken it during the Bachelorette weekend, hidden in the cloud, never deleted. Rachel, drunk, on a dare, her laughing and bragging about the count from that night. Three different men. She thought it was funny. The internet didn't. The video leaked in a private Facebook group meant for wedding vendors and planners. From there, it went viral. People recognized her, commented, tagged, judged. She deactivated her social media accounts 2 days later. Tasha didn't get off clean either. Turns out she was married. Her husband found out everything, including her involvement in covering it up, and filed for divorce. Publicly, he posted a long message on Reddit with the title, "My wife helped her best friend cheat at her bachelorette. Guess we're both single now." Brutal, but honest. That post exploded. 50K upvotes, 10K comments. News outlets even picked it up as a modern cautionary tale. And Rachel's parents? They tried to call me. Twice. I didn't pick up. Instead, I mailed them copies of the screenshots Emily had sent me, the texts, the photo timestamps, everything. No commentary. Just facts. Mrs. Hartwell sent me a long email afterward, apologizing, begging to reconsider. Apparently, Rachel had moved back in with him. Depressed. Isolated. She hadn't spoken a word in days. I didn't reply. Because while I wasn't out for blood, I also wasn't going to patch up the hole she dug with her own hands. Then came the letter. A real one. Handwritten. I almost didn't open it when I saw her handwriting. But curiosity won. It said, "I know I ruined everything. Not just the wedding, but your trust, your future, your peace. I don't remember all of that night, but I know what I lost. And I know I deserved it. I don't expect forgiveness, but I needed you to know. I miss the version of me that existed when you loved me. I hope you're happier now. Rachel." I folded the letter, tucked it in a drawer, not because I wanted to revisit the past, but because it reminded me of how far I'd come since that day. Since I walked away, I never spoke to Layla again. That sounds cruel, doesn't it? But silence was the only thing left that could say what I meant. She sent emails, long ones, some angry, some weepy, some manipulative, some apologetic, the whole spectrum. She left voicemails too, ranging from "I didn't know what I was doing" to "You're heartless for disappearing." I read them. I listened. But I never responded. I didn't owe her that anymore. She betrayed the future I had built for us. The silence? That was my boundary. I found a new apartment in another city, closer to my job's regional office. I changed my number, made my social media private, started running again, reading again, laughing again. I wasn't healed, but I was alive. One night, months later, I was at a rooftop dinner with some colleagues when one of them asked if I wanted to join for a ski trip. I smiled without thinking. And then I realized I wasn't carrying her anymore. Not in my phone, not in my chest, not in my future. Layla, however, was still sinking. I didn't go looking, but people talk, especially mutuals. Apparently, the wedding was called off with less than 10 days' notice. Most guests never got refunds. Vendors threatened lawsuits. Her family tried to keep it quiet, but the gossip spread like wildfire. One of the 3 men she cheated with, Colt, actually posted a bragging video about it on his TikTok, mocking her. It got 3.2 million views before it was deleted. Layla's name became synonymous with shame among her sorority, at her workplace, and even in our hometown. Somehow, she still didn't take accountability. In one message, she wrote, "I was drunk, you blindsided me. If you had just talked to me, we could have fixed it. You gave up on us." She truly didn't understand. I didn't give up. She threw it away. As for Rachel and Nicole, they tried to stage a social resurrection, claimed it was just girl fun gone wrong. But screenshots leaked of them hyping Layla up before the party. One message said, "You're not really tied down yet, babe. Let loose while you still can." That didn't go over well with anyone. They both ended up quietly unfollowed by most of our circle. Rachel moved out of state. Nicole stopped posting altogether. Layla's career didn't survive either. Her school was planning to promote her to lead counselor. But after the scandal, parents complained. One mom allegedly pulled her kid from counseling after recognizing her from a viral video breakdown. I didn't laugh. I didn't feel triumphant. Just numb. Karma had a strange rhythm. But when it came, it didn't knock. A year passed. Then came the wedding invitation. Not hers, mine. No, I wasn't getting married. But my friend Jared was. He was marrying someone he met at the gym. I was the best man. The night of the wedding, I stood at the altar watching two people promise forever. No fear, no lies, just love. And I remember looking at them and thinking, that's what I deserve too. But I didn't get it. And that's okay, because I didn't settle for a lie. After the ceremony, I stepped outside for air. The night was crisp, stars scattered above. I thought I was alone. But then someone said, "Eli?" I turned, and there she was. Layla, in a black dress, hair shorter, eyes tired. She hadn't been invited. She'd come as someone's plus one. She looked older, worn. I didn't say a word. She tried to smile. I thought maybe we could talk. I stared at her for a moment, then looked back at the stars, and finally replied, "Some things are better left buried." She blinked, as if slapped. "I've changed." I nodded slowly. "So have I." And then I turned and walked back inside. This time, I didn't look back.